Hi everyone. So today I'm going to talk about quantum manifestation, right? And this is something that I'm really passionate about and I find that can be a valued tool in your life to manifest and get to where you want to go and attract in your life things that you've always wanted. So, on our way to manifesting our dreams, it's super important that we define what our dream is, what it looks like, what our goal is. Now, don't be worried or don't be upset if you can't have a complete, clear, super detailed vision right now of what you think your end goal is going to be, just because it's something that's going to continually change throughout time. And that's normal. It's the same way that our needs and our wants and our feelings can change in time. But we can usually have a clear idea of what it is that we desire now for ourselves in a future point. So for example, I could say, okay, I would love to be a very successful spiritual coach. I want to travel around the world. I'd like to be able to open up my laptop and, live by the beach or travel and be around the beach or go into the mountains and just have that liberty and that freedom to move around and not have to be in the same place all the time. So that could be a future dream of mine. That could be a dream that I could envision deeply and think about. And that could help me feel into that and that emotion of living that. So what number one would be, and what's super important, is that we understand and we learn how to feel in to that dream. Okay, so define your goal, define your dream, and have fun with this, right? Get a pen and paper and just scribble down. You can have some test runs. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you can just define what your goal is, what you want for yourself. So once we have our goal and what we think we know what we want, right, we can kind of head towards somewhere, right? Because if we don't really know what we want, we can't really head towards anything, right? So once you define your goal and you've written it down, what I want you to do, which would be step 2, is really feel into that goal, right? Just close your eyes and imagine, right? What would you look like? Where would you maybe be living or hanging around? What would people say to you if you were actually living your dream and living that goal of yours that you want to attain, you want to be, what you want to look like, how much abundance you want to have in your life, or even that relationship that you want? It could be anything, even the type of job. So if you can really feel into the feeling of being that person because you've defined it, it's going to be much easier to be able to manifest. So I want you to feel into that. Literally just close your eyes, right? And this would be step 3, right? Would be before you go to bed at night, because the subconscious takes in all of these things that we're thinking about before we go to sleep. What we need to do is before we go to sleep at night is lay on our bed, right? And envision ourselves living our dream, our goal, being in that person, being in that body, right? Feeling those feelings as vividly and as strong as we can in that moment, right? And go to sleep with that feeling. Why? Because if you feel the wish fulfilled, the wish has an easier way to come back into your life. Everything is on a vibrational wavelength, right? And if you can vibrate on that energetic feeling wavelength of having the dream and having the dream fulfilled of what you want, it's going to be attracted into your life even if you don't know the how right now and you don't know the when. What we must always do is embody the feeling of having something, and once we embody the feeling of having it, your life has no choice but to bring that into your life slowly. May it be people, situations, opportunities, coincidences, right? It's always going to start on an energetic level. And I'm so passionate about talking about this because I think that most of the time we're always trying to understand our thoughts and control our thoughts, but it's more important from a heart-based place to control the way you feel, and not even control. It's almost in a sense of feeling into a feeling that makes you feel good, right? And another thing I want to talk about now that I think is really important and valuable for you is that if you notice that you're not always in the feeling that you want to be in to attain your future goals, which is normal, okay? Don't be hard on yourself because it's going to happen. You're going to go back all the time. But be proud of yourself just for the fact that you're getting you're actually becoming conscious to falling back. So you're starting to understand this gap, right? And you're being self-conscious, you're understanding this gap between where I am now and where I want to be. And when you're falling out of the feeling, because it's normal, it's a total practice and it's going to take time. When you're falling out of the feeling, you're going to be like, oh no. And you're just going to go back. You're just going to jump back into that feeling, just feeling it. And it's a constant practice, and it's going to take, it's going to be little by little, day by day. But once you're conscious to it, that's when you can start doing the practice, and practice makes perfect. It's not all going to happen in a week. But if you try and implement these tools, I am sure that they're going to start working for you. So please let me know how you're going to start implementing this, if you've been able to define your goal, which I'm sure you have been. And let me know if it's worked for you, and if it's been valuable. Please comment and subscribe. Thanks, guys.